Hey everyone, this is zhannatarjeftfnp, functional family nurse practitioner, and I'd like to talk about inflammation today. So I see it a lot in my patients who come to see me that nobody has ever checked the inflammation markers. So usually I check 3 inflammation markers, which is ferritin, um, highly sensitive C-reactive protein, and homocysteine is the third one. So a lot of times homocysteine could be a little bit higher than 7, and it still shows some impaired methylation. I'm not sure if you guys heard a little bit about methylation, MTHFR, all the rage about these MTHFR gene, but basically you can be having impaired methylation, which will increase the inflammation in your body. So what is homocysteine? Homocysteine is an amino acid, so it's a byproduct, it's a part of the protein. Proteins are made of amino acids. So if you have high homocysteine, it means that your body cannot break it down and reuse it to make different things in your body. And high homocysteine, which I regard high homocysteine anything higher than 7 or 8. So sometimes the lab range could be less than 15 is normal, but we know now from the research that high homocysteine, which could be 10, 12, 11, 12, 14, 15, or even higher, is connected to heart problems, potential strokes later in life, dementia type symptoms, so Alzheimer's. So it's important to keep this amino acid in the normal range, which is from functional perspective, medicine perspective, the normal range would be 6 to 7. So that's my little rant about homocysteine. So how to decrease homocysteine? Decreasing homocysteine is kind of easy, is just taking enough B12 and B9, which is methylcobalamin and methylfolate. Probably you've heard about those vitamins, and they are currently prescribed to many people, but not many people are aware that they can be causing such immense drastic effects in your body. High sensitivity C-reactive protein, anything above 3 is means that you have a lot of inflammation. It's not good. So where this inflammation is coming from, we don't know, because this marker is not very specific. It just shows that there is inflammation, and the levels over 3 predispose you again to the heart problems later in life and other things that we don't want to happen. I definitely don't want to happen to myself. So I've been fighting with my husband about him taking B12 and B9, and because he's really bad about taking supplements regularly, I tried different tricks, pill boxes, putting the supplements or the pill box next to him where he works at his computer desk, and it's just not happening. So I started giving him B12 and B9 shots, or MIC, methionine, inositol, and choline shots plus B12, which is methylcobalamin. The other form of cobalamin you could use is hydroxycobalamin or adenosylcobalamin. Those are really good forms of cobalamin. I would definitely stay away from cyanocobalamin, because this is a more artificial synthetic form of cobalamin that your body needs to work harder to turn into methylcobalamin or hydroxy or adenosylcobalamin. So these are my hacks for my family to improve B12 and B9 levels in our bodies. The other thing that I mentioned was ferritin. So my husband is my guinea pig, maybe you know him, but he suffered a lot through my learning experiences. But basically he has one of the genes for hemochromatosis. Hemochromatosis means that he would too much iron in his body, so he may accumulate more iron in his body, absorb more iron from his gut back into the bloodstream that he shouldn't be absorbing. So basically men don't menstruate, so they have no other way of losing blood and iron with that blood, and they may accumulate even with the very mild genetic predisposition, which his was very mild. It's only one gene and it's heterozygous, meaning that only one of 2 genes is affected. because of our high paleo diet, high meat, high protein paleo diet, his ferritin went from 200 to 380, which is still not normal. To be officially diagnosed with hemochromatosis, you need ferritin level of 400 or higher, and also some other markers of iron saturation, like iron saturation should be high, other markers should be high too. But in his case, ferritin, which is iron, it acts just like kind of like heavy metal. Too much iron can lodge into the testicles, in liver, in the brain, and it can predispose someone to liver problems or fatty liver disease, right? Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It can predispose someone to Alzheimer's, impotence, a lot of other things that could be connected to too much iron in our bodies. So the solution is to get rid of that iron. How do you get rid of the iron if you don't menstruate? Basically, you go and donate blood every so often. So he's on a schedule to do it every 3 months now because of COVID. He probably will go every 6 months, and I monitor his ferritin level to keep it around 100, not too low, not too high. And maybe you can find the article from Dr. Mercola. He wrote about ferritin, and Chris Cresso talks a lot about ferritin, high ferritin. The other thing why ferritin could be high is because of inflammation. It's not because of genetic predisposition. It could be just because of inflammation. So in that case, we need to figure out what's causing that inflammation and what can we do about it. Meanwhile, gotta treat high ferritin, decrease maybe some meat consumption, decrease the ways that you can absorb more iron. We know that we can absorb more iron usually if we eat some sweets with red meat, when we consume red meat such as steak, or we can eat some parsley, which is high in vitamin C, so any natural form of vitamin C, or a little bit of citrus fruits or citrus juice, which I don't advocate for. But if you need to increase ferritin and iron, you need probably to increase the consumption of red meat and other sources of iron, highly absorbable iron, and also eat some foods that will help you absorb that iron. So if it was helpful, let me know, but otherwise let me know what you want to talk about, and I'd love to discuss it in my lives. Okay, bye.